Hello, I'm Xochitl Mora with the City of McAllen. Welcome to your McAllen Minutes. If you missed the McAllen City Commission meeting of September 23rd, don't worry. Here's a brief recap of what was discussed. McAllen Mayor Javier Villalobos called the McAllen City Commission meeting to order, and after the Pledge of Allegiance, District 6 Commissioner Pepe Cabeza de Vaca gave the invocation. Mayor Villalobos recognized newly named City Manager Isaac J. Towil at his first commission meeting, as well as interim City Attorney Austin Stevenson and new Finance Director David Vasquez. The meeting began with the recognition of the Office of Communications Department. The McAllen Cable Network team received top honors at two recent National Industry Organization conferences this past month. The first recognition came at the National Association of Telecommunication Officers and Advisors, or NATOA conference, at the General Programming Awards. MCN received a first place award, as well as 2 second place awards, 2 third place awards, and 9 honorable mentions for their creative work. The Office of Communications also received recognition for their work from the City County Communicators Marketing Association, or 3CMA conference, receiving 2 Savvy Awards for Marketing and Communications, a Silver Circle, and 5 Awards of Excellence for McAllen Storytelling Videos. Congratulations, MCN, and keep up the great work. Next, Mayor Pro Tem Omar Quintanilla read a proclamation for McAllen Housing Commission Day in recognition of its 85th anniversary. The McAllen Housing Commission has an essential mission to provide housing assistance for people with low and moderate incomes, utilizing traditional programs including public housing and Section 8 housing choice vouchers funded by the Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development, where over 1,500 families are currently being assisted under these programs. The McAllen Housing Commission continues their commitment to assist families in cycling out of subsidized housing through the Family Self-Sufficiency Program and other educational and career advancement opportunities. The City of McAllen acknowledges and wishes to express its gratitude for the McAllen Housing Commission's community efforts in providing housing assistance to the McAllen community. District 4 Commissioner Victor Sebi Haddad was joined by McAllen Fire Chief Juan Gloria and McAllen firefighters to proclaim October 6th through the 12th as Fire Prevention Week. Home fires killed more than 2,700 people in the United States in 2022, according to the National Fire Protection Association, and fire departments in the United States responded to 360,000 home fires. Roughly 3 out of 5 fire deaths happen in homes with either no smoke alarms or with no working smoke alarms. Smoke alarms cut the risk of dying in reported home fires almost in half. The 2024 Fire Prevention Week theme, Smoke Alarms, Make Them Work for You, serves to remind us to stay alert and the importance of having working smoke alarms at home. Thank you, McAllen firefighters, for keeping McAllen residents safe. Under public hearing, the City of McAllen held its final public hearing for the proposed 2024-2025 property tax rate. Commissioners also held a public hearing for the 2024-2025 proposed assessments within the Tres Lagos Public Improvement District. Under the consent agenda, Commissioners approved an interlocal cooperation contract with McAllen ISD for the purpose of Quinta Mazatlan to provide environmental education programs to MISD schools from September 2024 through May 2025. The amount is for $27,160, which MISD will pay to Quinta Mazatlan. Commissioners approved an interlocal agreement with the Lower Rio Grande Valley Development Council, who is the designated recipient of Federal Transit Authority 5310 grant funds. The City of McAllen recently applied and was awarded $1,195,000 for the acquisition of paratransit vehicles and mobility management. The interlocal agreement delineates the responsibilities of both parties as it relates to the management of funds. Commissioners approved accepting $9,946,805 from the Federal Transit Authority for grants to recover 50% of operating costs and 100% of capital costs. These funds will cover costs for sidewalk and accessibility improvements, support vehicles, and shelters. Commissioners approved removing uncollectible sanitation and drainage fee accounts totaling $7,691.62 from the general ledger for the first quarter 2023-2024, which represents 0.14% for both sanitation and drainage fee accounts. Commissioners approved accepting the Texas Department of Transportation's FY 2025 Routine Airport Maintenance Program grant for improvement projects including pavement markings and rehabilitation, lighting systems, and terminal building rehab. The grant funds up to a maximum of $100,000 and requires a 10% local match. The $11,111.11 is budgeted in the airport's maintenance fund. Commissioners approved a 6-month extension to the existing 10% assignment pay memorandum of understanding as an incentive to fire personnel assigned to administration divisions. Commissioners approved the subdivision monthly report from the Planning and Zoning Department with 11 new subdivisions and 2 new recorded subdivisions. They also approved the status report from the Parks and Recreation Department, which highlighted completed projects at Bill Shute Park, Ramiro Guerra Park, and Las Palmas Community Center. Also approved was a project status report from the Engineering Department with ongoing construction projects including the Anzalduas Bridge infrastructure, Taylor Road widening, and the Quinta McAllen Center for Urban Ecology, as well as other completed projects. Commissioners approved tax refunds over $500 to various McAllen taxpayers. Under bids and contracts, Commissioners authorized staff to negotiate the scope of services and fee schedule with top-ranked architectural firm Hefner Design Team of McAllen for the landscape design for 7 different McAllen ISD schools for schoolyard forests. The City of McAllen Quinta Mazatlan received a $2.7 million grant from the Texas A&M Forest Service for this project. Commissioners authorized staff to negotiate the scope of services and fee schedule with top-ranked architectural firm Shelter Planners of America of Fair Lawn, Ohio for the design of a new animal shelter for Palm Valley Animal Society. Commissioners authorized a purchase contract to Ancira Motorhomes, Inc. of Bernie for a 2024 police motorhome Fleetwood Flair Model 29M in the amount of $122,566.08. Funding for this purchase comes from the McAllen Police Department Forfeiture Asset Fund. Commissioners authorized staff to negotiate the scope of services and fee schedule with top-ranked architectural firm Negrete and Kohler Architects LLP of Austin in the amount of $32,846.04 for the McAllen Public Safety Building Evidence Storage Room retrofit project. Commissioners approved an election administration contract with Hidalgo County in the amount of $244,253.95 to run a charter amendment election after a petition submitted by Austin-based group Ground Game Texas. Under ordinances, Commissioners adopted the $652 million fiscal year 2024-2025 budget for the City of McAllen after a unanimous roll call vote. Commissioners adopted by unanimous roll call vote the 2024-2025 property tax rate of 0.449989, with 0.412235 going to pay for maintenance and operations and 0.037754 for debt services. This is the 3rd year in a row that the City of McAllen has lowered the property tax rate, which will still provide a 1.25% increase in taxes collected in the fiscal year for the City of McAllen. Commissioners adopted the Tres Lagos Public Improvement District Service and Assessment Plan and Role. Under resolutions, Commissioners approved reappointing John Rhodes to Position 2 of the Tres Lagos Improvement District for a term beginning September 12, 2024 and ending September 12, 2026. Commissioners approved the submission of a grant application to the Bureau of Reclamation under Funding Opportunity Announcement WaterSmart Desalination Construction Projects under the WIN Act. The funding opportunity provides a 25% federal grant and support the planning, design, and construction of a groundwater well field and a brackish desalination facility at the Northwest Treatment Plant. The project is expected to produce 6 million gallons of water per day once completed. Commissioners authorized the submission of a grant application to the American Library Association under the 2024-2025 Digital Literacy Workshop Incentive Grant in partnership with AT&T, which provides funding to enhance digital skills and bridge the digital divide in communities across the nation. The initiative provides support and resources to public libraries to host digital literacy workshops that empower individuals with essential technology skills. The grant request is in the amount of $10,000 with no match required. Commissioners approved the annual review and approval of the City of McAllen's investment policy and strategy for the upcoming fiscal year. Under Manager's Report, Commissioners heard the annual update on the Tres Lagos Tax Increment Reinvestment Zone Number 1 and Number 2. Commissioners nominated McAllen Public Utility Board Trustee Albert Cardenas to the Hidalgo County Appraisal District Board of Directors. Emergency Operations Coordinator and Assistant City Manager Jeff Johnston gave an update to the number of immigrant asylum seekers being dropped off by Border Patrol to the Catholic Charities Respite Center. Numbers continue to decrease, receiving just over 100 immigrants a day. McAllen continues to work with local, state, and federal partners on the response to immigrant asylum seekers and is ready to mobilize should there be a need to change the current immigrant processing procedure. We hope you enjoyed this recap of your McAllen City Commission meeting. Meetings are set for the second and fourth Monday of each month. We also air the entire meeting on the McAllen Cable Network Spectrum 1300 on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. For the City of McAllen, I'm Xochitl Mora.